Hey, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
It is now December 2024, and we are looking ahead to January 2025 before the craziness of all the holiday season begins.
Yep, it's that time of year again where we're going to magically transform our lives in the next 365 days. So today we're going to talk about a really special way of goal setting. We did a really cool workshop the other week, and it was about delegating it to basically your robots, right? We're delegating a lot of our goal setting to AI and making it really, really simple for us to move ahead.
So apparently what that means is that I can throw it on my planners. So I'm a planner junkie, and for the first time ever, I am not going to buy a planner. Why? Because this is better, right? I don't need a planner anymore. I have been addicted to planners. I have a ton of them.
Yes, she has, and she never uses them. She
just
buys them.
They're all blank. They're so pretty.
They're all yellow.
They are. I have a stack of them, and I don't need them anymore. So good and bad, but I'm very excited to move forward in a different way. And instead of buying a plan or not using it, I'm going to plan and follow the plan.
Yeah. And we're going to teach you how to stop signing up for gym memberships that you'll basically cancel in February. And stop pretending you're going to eat clean and lose weight and all of that stuff. And instead, we're going to really outsource all of that pain, right, that we experience. We're going to outsource it to ChatGPT. So really, the AI is going to help you write, everything you need to do in order to move forward. Because you've probably been using ChatGPT to write your emails, your boss or your clients or your coworkers, but we're going to actually show you how to use it for yourself. We cover everything that you need to do for this in our 2-day live event, which is called Life Map Navigator. Thousands of people have done it with us for the past 10 years or so. However, today we're going to give you a little sneak peek, and we're going to give you 10 prompts that you can actually use today to get you started.
All right, go grab your coffee. We're going to be real. Maybe that half-eaten bag of potato chips that you haven't, because remember, we're eating clean.
Yes.
So let's dive in, because we do want to make sure that you are going to get the prompts. You're going to have an opportunity to find where you can download these prompts, so don't worry about it. We're going to give you all of that information at the end.
Right. So here's a question for you. Why struggle with goal setting when you can delegate it basically to a robot who won't judge your procrastination, which I'm sure that you do. ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, whoever you want to use, makes it very simple for you, right? It's going to help you brainstorm. It's going to help you get your all your thoughts out of your head and into your notebook. And it's going to provide structure and creativity and actionable steps. And that's really key, actionable steps for every piece of your business. So before I start blabbing, let's get started with number one. What's the number one prompt?
Clarify your big goals.
Yes.
So just imagine asking the robot, I want to create a vision for my life and my business in 2025. Can you help me identify key areas like health, relationships, career, personal growth, finances, and suggest big picture goals that I can work towards?
When you ask that question in a prompt, you're going to get some of these kind of answers from ChatGPT. Health is going to say, commit to exercising 3 to 4 times weekly, eat more vegetables, drink more water, real water, not coffee pretending to be water. Oops, sorry, did I say that? Relationships, it's going to tell you to be more intentional, like sending a text that isn't, hey, you up at 2 a.m. in the morning?
But I will respond to those texts.
Yeah, that's true.
We're both up. Career, chase that promotion, start that side hustle. I actually saw the other day someone goes, hey, I'm back to the side hustle. And I'm like, you always give it up, right? You go through all of those things. Or finally telling your boss that you're worth more. Personal growth, you're going to learn a new skill, maybe take up More interesting, be more interesting at parties, or, start to save money, invest wisely, stop buying random gadgets off Instagram. Come on.
We know a lot of people that do that. And you might never get them. That's the problem when you order something from Amazon. So every time we give you a prompt, that's one of them, and you're going to be able to, we're going to send you somewhere at the end of this to download them all. But every time you get a prompt, you can start playing with it. The difference when you do our 2-day live event is we're going to do all the pre-work that helps you set up for all these prompts to make it really cool. But let's take another one, prompt number 2, which is creating smart goals. And here, and the prompt is real simple. You're going to say, here's a goal I want to achieve in 2025, right? And then you tell them what the goal is. Then you say, can you help me make it smart? So the example goal might be, I want to start a podcast, which you can learn how to do with us.
Yes, I teach that.
So if you say start a podcast, this is some of the answers you might get. Specific, you want to launch a weekly 30-minute podcast, right? Measurable, you want to aim for 1,000 downloads by mid-year. Achievable, record 1 episode every Saturday. That's specific, right? Yeah. So again, this used to take hours to create. Now ChatGPT is going to give you the basics, but it's also, we're going to teach you in our live event to dig even deeper to be able to do it. Relevant, it ties into a personal brand, a passion for the niche you're talking about, right? And then time bound. So we always want to make sure we say something like launch the first episode by February 15th, 2025. Really great prompt to use a specific goal, which again, you're going to learn to do everything at once.
But if you put in that prompt, you can get that outlined today and then bring that goal and those specifics to the Life Map Navigator workshop so that you can dive deeper into each one. So it's great to get started with it. This one's one of my favorites. It brings me back to my the times of yore. Do a SWOT analysis. So the prompt is, can you help me do a SWOT analysis for my life or business? So SWOT is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we always that's a very common thing to do for your business. It's a very common thing to do sort of on a monthly or quarterly basis so that you really understand where you're at. But what it might respond with is your strengths. People like you, right? Maybe they like your work ethic. Maybe they like your sarcasm. Either way, it's a win. Weaknesses, you maybe spend more time watching Netflix than learning Excel.
Or Google Sheets.
Or Google Sheets, exactly. Opportunities, right? Everyone else is procrastinating, so you can shine with minimal effort. And threats, right? Inflation, competition, habits of leaving things to the last minute,
yeah, that's
right?
a big one.
Understanding all of those things about you and your business is really important.
So we are giving you all this very early on, right? It's the first week of December. Why? Because even though the live event and the planning is until January, we want you to think about this, try some things out, and then if you want to sign up with this, sign up now so that you make sure that when January comes, you're ready to go.
And you have it booked in your calendar. So that you've got that weekend booked off so that you can bring all of this to it so you can dive deeper.
So prompt number 4 is to set personal growth goals. And that's a really interesting one. We have a habit of trying to set our business goals and then forgetting about us. We have everything integrated in LifeMap, but when you ask this prompt, suggest some habits, monthly challenges, and annual goals for personal growth. Again, you can be more specific, but this might come out with this. Daily habits, stop doom scrolling and start journaling, which is the
just keep scrolling. Hours go by.
Monthly challenges, try something terrifying like public speaking or a new recipe. Put that in your calendar. What a great tool this is for you. And then annual goals. Read a book that isn't a self-help cliche. We love that one. Personal growth goals is key. Everything combined works together. So if you don't look after yourself, generally speaking, you don't look after your business.
Yeah, which is why we combine everything, right? We're always talking about personal growth and we're also talking about business growth as well, right? One can't live without the other. And prompt number 5 is about financial goals, right? This is a big one. So the prompt is, how can I save, earn more, and invest better in 2025, right? So saving, actually sticking to a budget, right? Like, how many people every January say, I'm going to do a budget, I'm going to rectify at the end of every month, I'm going to look at my finances, and I'm going to stay on track. And then you quit the gym and you go back to your budget in February and you go, well, that didn't work. And then you skip it for the entire year. So actually having a plan will actually help you keep on track for the entire year.
And the key on this too is not only can it tell you to help you, but it can actually do a plan for you. So it's easy. It's not easy to stick to a budget if you don't have a budget.
Right. And if you don't know what your budget should be, it's really hard. So earn, it might say something like monetize your hobby or your side hustle, or the ability to tolerate awful clients.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they are.
That's important. Your choice. It's a choice. It's a life
exactly.
choice.
And investing, research, right? EFTs, index funds, stocks, all of that kind of stuff. Or you can just, you know, hey, looks like a really cool company that I saw on TikTok.
Yeah. So it's really, but I mean, it's endless what ChatGPT can do for you, or Gemini. I shouldn't always say that, but that's my usual go-to.
Yeah, I think it is for a lot of people, but there is other options, right? So I know a lot of people who use Gemini, but I think most people are going to Chachi.
Yeah. So number 6 is a really, really good one. And this is how we outline our entire life map, which is building a 2025 business roadmap. The roadmap is the key, right? So your prompt would be, help me plan quarterly goals for my business in 2025. And it can be as simple as Q1, launch new products or services. Q2, increase online engagement by 20%. Q3, attend an industry conference. Q4, start planning for 2026, because who are we kidding? 2025 will be here and gone. And here's the key, understanding this roadmap. If you don't know where you're going, right, you can't get there, right? You need to have that roadmap. And Chachi will help you, because just as I said, Q3, attend an industry conference, that might be one of the answers you get. You can go further and say, that's great. Can you recommend any that I should attend? And it will start breaking those down for you as well.
Exactly, which is really cool, which is why, again, the robots are non-judgmental and they make suggestions, but they don't really care if you follow them or not.
Right.
Which is all about work-life balance. So prompt number 7 is about, help me design a weekly schedule to balance work, family, and hobbies. And this is a big one, because I know, again, going back to the planners that don't work, is I'm sitting there with my book and I'm trying to see all the stuff that I have to do, but I can't see whether, am I doing more of this? Am I doing more of that? I'm just constantly writing and putting everything in, but it's a little bit more difficult to see the big picture. So Chachi recommends maybe Monday to Friday, work 9 to 5, no emails after 7, right? Honoring those boundaries.
Tough one.
That is a very tough one, but I don't think TikTok and scrolling counts. I'm hoping. Maybe Saturday, recharge, right? Sleep in. Maybe eat some carbs.
That would be great. For those of you who don't think carbs are good for you.
Eat some. And then Sunday, again, for that organized person, you know, that you want to be. Plan for the week. Look ahead. What do you have on top for that week, so that you can make sure that you're on track in regards to balance. So
if it's not in your calendar, it is not going to happen. So we also teach you to make sure that you put everything in your calendar so that it works and it makes sense. And we have some tricks so that you make sure that you're doing it correctly, right? Because we have a habit of saying, oh, I'll do this Monday or I'll do this Tuesday, and Monday comes and you don't do it. Because it's in your calendar. It just happened to me today. I just got a notification that I had an appointment tomorrow that I forgot about because it wasn't in my calendar, right? So what I was going to do tomorrow is now gone. So I have
scheduling ahead, looking ahead, making sure all the stuff. I know when my kids were young, we would sit around the table on Sunday and go, okay, what does everyone have going on for the week, so that we knew that everything was covered off, just in case something got lost or forgotten. So that's another really good way. If you have younger kids, you can also incorporate that to ask ChatGPT keeping in mind that you have all of these obligations in regards to your kids, or if you don't, then you don't have to worry about that, which is the great world that we're in right now.
Problem number 8, networking and relationship goals. This is a key one because nobody really says, I can't wait to go to networking or I can't wait to talk to all these people.
Do you know anyone that says that? I don't think anyone says that.
So the prompt is, how can I build better relationships and expand my network in 2025? It's a very generalized prompt. We are going to drill down. So when you do it for yourself, because this is our podcast and we are going ahead and telling everyone generalized prompts, but you can add to it. But the answers might be simply new connections, say yes to awkward Zoom calls and in-person events, because our inclination is usually to say no. So say yes. And then existing, actually call your grandma. She probably misses you. Say hello. Say, hey, how have you been? I have a habit of calling my mom when I'm driving in my car. She doesn't really love it because she always goes, you're in your car. So that's when you think of me. Yes, because in my car, I have time that I don't have to be distracted. So I like to make all my relationship calls while I'm driving, because then I can give it undivided attention, other than making sure I don't hit anybody on the highway.
Make the right turn. Yeah, I do the same thing as well. So number 9 is all about health and wellness, right? And that's a big one. Everyone kicks off January with the goals of, I want to lose weight, I want to go to the gym more, I want to eat better, self-care, whatever the case may be. But what does that actually look like? So the prompt would be, suggest a health plan for 2025, including workouts, diet, and self-care. Right? And the answers could be working out. Maybe you want to alternate between cardio and strength training. We were just having that conversation this morning about how we were going to add in cardio because we've been doing a lot of strength training lately. Maybe for diet, it's let's take out some of those chips and actually add in some greens.
Maybe we could make green chips.
That would be good. And then, of course, the self-care. Maybe taking a break before you have the brain melt. And actually take that break, use it to do something different, right? Sometimes when you take that break, I know I was just working on something and it's like, no, I need to take that break so that I come back refreshed, and you look at it with perspective. So really, really important to take that break as well. So what does that look like for you? And what is ChatGPT? So if you like it, you can say, I really like the concept of taking breaks before my brain completely melts down. Can you suggest a few that are maybe 5-10 minutes?
And you can drill down further on all of them. Okay. So if, for example, that you want to clean up your diet, add more greens, you can and maybe you want to be a vegetarian or a vegan. You can say, I want to work towards being a vegetarian. Can you outline the next days of meals that would align with my goal? Whether it's lose weight or just get healthier, it will not only give you the details, you can also ask for all the recipes for each and everything it details out. So really, really cool. Very cool. And prompt number 10 is all about reflection and adjustments, right? So how do I stay on track with my goals? That's the prompt. How do I stay on track with my goals? The answer will be something similar to monthly check-ins, right? Am I crushing it or am I just surviving? Quarterly reviews. We talk all the time about making sure you go back and see what you did, celebrate those wins, and adjust, get rid of what's not working and refresh it with something that you think might. And then the end of the year reflection. That's the big one, right? So end of year is really about not lying to yourself anymore. We take a big portion of our 2-day event, the first quarter of it, and we really do a deep dive, and you have to be brutally honest about what you did last year, where you made the mistakes, where you made the celebrations, and then be able to use that information so that you can move forward correctly for the year ahead.
Absolutely. And remember, most important above and beyond everything else, ChatGPT is not cheating. People go, I'm cutting corners. Is it actually going to give me information? Yes. If you use the right prompts and you know how to dive a little bit deeper, it will give you information that's personalized to you. It is not cheating.
So you have 10 really great Apple prompts, right? And if you start using these will make a massive difference to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a link to wherever you're watching this.
Yep.
And you'll be able to go there. You can review what we just discussed, but you will also be able to download those 10 prompts so that you can go ahead and use it in any free AI piece. So you could do it in Gemini, in ChatGPT, in Claude, whatever you want to do, you can use it. And hey, if you do it and you like what it did, send us the results.
I would love to know.
Send us an email or DM us on Instagram. Tell us what worked for you, and how excited you were about these prompts. And don't forget, you can also sign up to join us in January, where we're going to do the 2-day deep dive.
Yep.
It's on a Saturday and a Sunday, so we're not
no business distractions,
nothing. And it's like, what time? The timing 10
till 3, because we want to make sure that number one, you have the opportunity to work through all of your prompts. We want to give you time to put them in, reflect, go forward, create. And then at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you're putting it all together so that you're prepared for day 2.
Yeah.
So we want to give you that time as well. So from 10 to 3, Saturday and Sunday, again, no business distractions, goal focused only.
It's a working session.
Yeah.
It's a workshop, which means that you're actually going to use a bit of your brain, a little bit of your brain, because Chachi can't do everything on its own.
But imagine your brain and a robot working together to create your goals.
Yeah. So you have to join us if you can't, or if you want to just play for a little bit in the meantime, go to the link we're going to share, check it out, watch it again, download those prompts, and we can't wait to see what you come up with.
So let's actually make 2025 the year you actually stick to your goals, you actually stick to your resolutions, and take all the planners. I'm going to do the same thing and toss them out.